Koki, be the force.
My name is Dr. Rajat Chauhan, and today I'll be talking about mindful breathing while running. So, what you should be doing is you should just let go when you run. Okay, most of us pick up running very late in life. We are picking up running when we are 30, 40, 50, whatever we are, and we've been slobs throughout our life building up to that. So, we've been lazy. Okay, now what happens is when we go out there, we try running, and don't worry about these terms, the chi running and natural running, just move. Okay, if you want to learn how to move, look at the child, that kid out there, 5 years old, 3 years old. They haven't yet been told how to do it properly. Okay, and they do it the best way. So that's what you need to be doing. Take it from those kids, do it the way you would, you moved yourself. What happens, we're not breathing properly because of stress, we're like that. Okay, these muscles right around here because we are tensed. Okay, family pressure, personal issues, girlfriend just broke up, wife just yelled at you, or vice versa, or at work the boss has yelled at you, you haven't been able to keep up with your deadlines. It's all stress that builds up right here. This is one area right here, right? That builds up a lot when you have stress. Okay, even if you're fit, you go up like that. All right. My simple example is, get a kid who's 4 years old, for no rhyme or reason, just slap him. All right. Next 3 days, just carry on with this little experiment of ours, black, black, black. Now, what happens is the fifth day that kid sees you, as soon as the kid sees you, this is what they do, right? Now, that starts from us in humans from a very, very early age. So when we are like a 20, 30, 40, it's become part of the system. You're stressed, this is what you do. Now, that is messing up your lungs, all right? Because this is where the ribs are, okay? I'll show the skeleton again, or the spine. So this is the spine, and this would have been this whole skull. There's 7 vertebrae that are for the neck. The next 12 are for the thoracic, where the ribs are, and then other lumbars, the lower back. Okay. So point really being, the thoracics are where the ribs are attached. Okay. Now, what I mean by that is, this is where the rib cage is, and the lungs are the ones below that. If the ribs are tighter, the lungs don't get space to expand like that. Okay. They're like tight like that, and you're stressed like that. On top of that, you have poor posture, courtesy long hours on computers, on phones, all your WhatsApp and Instagram and Facebook. This is how you become stress because of emotional, psychological, whatever. Physical because you're just unfit. You haven't been sitting tall with a good posture. What you've done to the lungs, you've restricted their range of movement, so they're not moving very, very well. Okay, so we need to get started with first learning how to sit tall. I'll just get to that in a minute. But our lifestyle is pathetic. What happens is we need to go back to the very first breath we ever took as a child. When you were born, what happened was, you come out of your mom's womb, all that stuff. You're not crying. The nurse hits you, whacks you on the backside. Why is that? That is because you are not crying. Okay. And it is important because right now there's too much external pressure, and the vacuum in the lungs is wanting to expand. All right. That is the first strength training that you're doing. Okay. When you breathe out like that, or when you breathe in actually, that's going against resistance. So your lungs are expanding, your ribs are expanding. So when people talk to me about strength training, it starts from your very first breath. Okay. This old whole thing about, someone's a child, someone's 14, 15, they should be doing strength training is incorrect. Okay. It starts from the very first breath you take, actually even before that. So that's what you're doing. Okay. How you fix it is, you start accepting that problem first. Hey, listen, I don't breathe well, my posture is bad. Okay. If you want to pick up running, if you've already picked up running, you need to be breathing right. How you do that is, my favorite thing, sit like a puppet. You have a string here and you're being pulled up. Okay. So as soon as you're being pulled up, those lungs have more range already. Just doing that. Okay. So just being tall. There's a string here, that puppet is being pulled up by an imaginary string. So you have that. So what's happened, automatically your chest has opened up. All right. That's a very simple thing. Second one is, start taking long breaths in and out. Okay. When you take a long breath in and when you breathe out, you're starting to use more of your lung capacity. Okay. When you start doing that, a long breath in and long breath out, what is happening is there's a better whatever oxygen your breath has time to get into the bloodstream and goes to the whole body and starts your functioning a little better. Your body becomes more fuel efficient. Okay, so very important, you start taking long breaths in and out. Start practicing this while you're sitting. I mean, right now, just try that. Okay, so a long breath in, hold it for a second, and breathe out. Do not worry about that whole yoga thing about abdomen going out and all in and out. Just wherever, I mean, whichever part you want to expand. Whole idea is I want the lungs to expand. Okay, so long breath in and you long breath out. Okay, you don't have to go do the running throughout this whole long breath in and out. Maybe a minute only every day when you just get started. Just for that 1 minute, just focus on the long breath in, long breath out. Because I am of the opinion, when again to answer that question earlier about chi running, when you are actually running, don't worry too much about your technique. Your exercises, your drills, your posture throughout those 23 hours besides the 1 hour of running or walking should be fixing it already. Okay, so please focus on breathing when you're not running. It'll automatically get very good when you run. Now, there are 2-3 very simple exercises I like to talk about. One, as I said, is the long breathing in and out. Yet again, sit like a tall puppet. You take a long breath in, and you're breathing out. Okay. The next one is side bending. All right. Now, again, there are these muscles around here that are very stiff. There's a lats dorsi starting from here, going all the way down. Now, these muscles, courtesy poor posture, they've pulled your upper ribs, or body down like that. It's limiting chest expansion yet again. So a simple one is having your hand on top of your head like that, the other hand goes like that, and I prefer it sitting down. So one hand here, the other one goes like that, and you're just bending to the side, all right? And you're feeling that good stretch around here. Now take a long breath in, while your hand's here, take a long breath in, and while you're breathing out, you'll be able to feel that you can actually stretch a little bit more from here, all right? Now yet again, long breath in, and while you breathe out, you'll be able to go a little bit more. Okay, and I'm only going as far as the body is allowing me. I'm not pushing it too much. Or you just interlace your fingers like that, bring them behind your neck like that, bring your elbows in front, and imagine you have a big thick pencil in between your elbows like that. All right, and you're writing alphabets. All right, now again, remember tall posture, and we're writing ABCDs. And if someone's not comfortable with English, I mean, Hindi, why not? Whichever language for that reason, yeah. Huh? And Indian languages are better than actually English, and that's why I use lowercase alphabets. But the point is rounded figures, all right? When you're writing an A and a B with this pencil of ours at the end of the elbow, and then a C, and I'm not letting my elbows go. Even if you can't bring them all the way, just keep holding the pencil. So don't let elbows go out like that. Have them as close together as you can. And you're writing a C and then slowly a D like that. Now what you're doing by writing these alphabets, I'm not interested in your ABCDs, I'm not interested in the language. You're starting to move the thoracics very well. When that movement is happening, you're moving the region of the spine that is otherwise very restricted. Okay? So you're getting this very well moving, and yet, remember again, that's where the ribs are. Alright? So once the spine is moving better, the ribs are getting more space to move then. Okay? And then lungs will move better. Right? So that's yet again a very, very simple exercise about movements and all that. I'll take leave.